Hello everyone, my name is Jaisirdin Ziya from Group 18. Today we're going to be presenting our case study on BANQIAO Dam failure of 1975, a catastrophic engineering and ethical collapse. On August 7, 1975, in Henan Province, China, the BANQIAO Dam collapsed after days of relentless rainfall from Typhoon Nina. The disaster killed between 85,000 and 240,000 people and displaced more than 11 million people. But this was not just an engineering failure caused by an extreme weather. It was a result of deeper systemic issues such as poor design, rushed construction, environmental neglect, political interference, and most importantly, the ethical failure to act on expert warnings. This case highlights how crucial it is for engineers to uphold not only technical excellence, but also ethical responsibility, transparency, and disaster preparedness to protect human lives and the environment.
The BANQIAO Dam was built in the early 1950s in Henan, China, to control floods, supply irrigation, and also to generate electricity. Designed with Soviet help, it was meant to handle a 1 in a 1,000-year storm. But during the Great Leap Forward, poor quality control, rushed constructions, and a lack of safety measures weakened the structure. So environmental damage like deforestation, soil erosion added to this risk. Despite warnings from engineers and the government still prioritized speed over safety, leaving millions downstream vulnerable by 1975. Now about the chronological events. In August 1975, Typhoon Nina brought record rainfall over 1,000 millimeters in 3 days, far beyond the dam's capabilities. And August 6th, communication lines failed and smaller dams began collapsing. And by 1 a.m. of August 8th, BANQIAO Dam gave away, unleashing a wave up to 10 meters high, and over 60 dams failed, flooding villages and killing 26,000 people instantly. Disease and starvation later on raised the death toll to over 170,000. The disaster was kept a secret by the government and now seen as one of the most deadliest man-made tragedies in history.
The technical and engineering failures of the BANQIAO Dam disasters. The first one is insufficient flood design capacity. The dam was engineered to withstand a 1 in 1,000-year flood, which proved inadequate against the extreme rainfall brought by the Typhoon Nina. The second one is incomplete spillway infrastructure. Only 5 out of the originally planned 12 sluice gates were constructed, severely limiting the dam's discharge capacity during critical conditions. The third one is the neglect of expert warnings. Valid safety concerns raised by engineer Chen Xing were dismissed, illustrating a failure to uphold professional integrity and technical accountability. The fourth one is absence of emergency preparedness. The dam lacked early warning system, evacuation protocols, and communication networks, leading to the high fatality rate. The last one is the deficient maintenance and monitoring. The dam suffered from poor upkeep, outdated hydrological modeling, and absence of routine structural assessment.
In the BANQIAO Dam failures, engineers were ethically compromised. Many, like hydrologist Chen Xing, were silenced for warnings about serious design flaws, such as limited spillway capacities. This goes against global engineering ethics and Malaysia Engineers Act, which requires engineers to act in the public best interest due diligence. From a utilitarian perspective, cutting the number of spillways to save times and costs ignore the massive risk to human life. Virtues ethics also highlights the issues. There was a lack of moral courage and integrity, as those who tried to speak out were punished instead of protected.
To prevent engineering failures like the BANQIAO Dam disaster, we must first uphold the principle of prioritizing public safety as stated in Section 24B of the Engineers Act. Safety must always come before profits or politics. Next, engineers must apply competent judgment and risk-based design. This means using the latest data, assessing worst-case scenarios, and staying within our area of expertise as required under Sections 24A and 24C. During construction, quality assurance and compliance are essential. Engineers must strictly supervise all works, follow approved plans, and ensure that emergency systems like alarm and evacuation protocols are in place. And lastly, we must uphold ethics and transparency. Under Sections 24 and 25, engineers are expected to report unsafe practices and commit to continuous learning because protecting life is not just a duty, it's a lifelong responsibility.
In conclusion, the BANQIAO Dam disaster teaches us that public safety must always come first, no matter the political or economic pressure. The failure to speak up against unsafe practices, the suppression of expert advice, and the lack of emergency planning all combined to create this tragedy. As future engineers, we must remember that our work carries not just technical responsibilities, but also moral and ethical obligations to the society. We must be willing to raise safety concerns, apply risk-based thinking, and maintain transparency in every project that we undertake. The BANQIAO case serves as a powerful reminder that engineering is not just about building structures, it's also about safeguarding lives, communities, and the future. Thank you.